Trail go into water, Kemo Sabe, but not come out.
Sure, Cardoza used the riverbed to cover up his trail so he couldn't be followed.
Cardoza plenty smart bandit.
Yes, he's clever and cautious, and he knows every outlaw trick. He and men like him are a constant menace to the development of the West.
Now, what we do now, Kemo Sabe?
We'll go back to where we left Dan and Roy. You ride into town and report what's happened to the local sheriff.
Hit the ground.
What's the...
I said hit the ground.
Say, he's not much more than a kid. Not even wearing a gun.
Where's the man you found on the trail a while ago?
What man?
Don't act so dumb. Where is he?
We want to know where Barnett is. That ought to loosen up your tongue. You gonna talk? You little whelp.
Hold it, Gus.
I ought to put a bullet in him.
Don't be a fool. You can't learn anything from a dead man. We'll take him to see Cardoza. Maybe after he's finished with him, he'll let you give the kid a lesson in fist fighting.
I'll make him sorry he was ever born. Get on your horse.
Feeling better, Roy?
I'll be all right.
Where's Dan? He must have seen us coming up the trail.
Well, Dan...
Something happened to him?
He saw the two men who gunned me coming up the trail. He said he was going to lead them away from here. I tried to stop him.
Those men have done anything to harm Dan,
We pick up trail, Kemo Sabe. We find them.
We'll be back, Roy. Come on, Tonto.
Senor Cardoza.
Okay. What is it that you disturbed the siesta, Juan Cardoza?
But the senores Reid and Gus, they come up the trail.
They come alone, no?
No, senor.
Bueno, then they find the pig, Barnett.
It is not the pig, Barnett, what they bring with them.
What?
I'm sorry, senor.
Oh, it is the gringos, Reid and Gus, who will be the sorry ones.
Pancho, take care of the horses.
Come on, boys. Come on.
Who is this that you bring here now?
This is the hombre that come along after we gunned down Barnett.
And you run from him? A boy, just a muchacho?
He may be young, but he's plenty tough. Ask Gus.
I ain't forgetting what the young whelp did.
And the gringo Barnett, you find him? He is dead, no?
Well, we didn't find him, but this here kid knows where he's at.
You, where is the man they say you find on the trail?
What man?
He's playing dumb again. Let me beat it out of him.
He knows what happens to Barnett.
So the muchacho will not answer Juan Pedro Cardoza. I ask you once more, where is the snake Barnett? So the muchacho still will not speak. He's yours. Make him talk.
I'll knock some of that spunk out of him.
Better be careful, Gus. Remember what happened back on the trail.
I'll make this young whelp feel sorry he was ever born.
Dan, stop here, Kemo Sabe. See tracks of two other horses.
Yes, Tonto. All the tracks lead off in that direction.
Rain come, Kemo Sabe, and wash tracks away.
We'll have to find Dan before the storm breaks.
Come on, you gonna get up or not? Oh, so you haven't had enough. Oh!
Can't you find him, Gus?
I'll break his neck. Oh! Oh!
You must like it down there, Gus. You're there most of the time.
You do not make the muchacho talk. You let him make a fool out of you. And by making a fool out of you, he makes a fool out of me. Juan Pedro Cardoza does not let fools work for him too long. Looks like a storm is coming. Pancho!
Si, senor.
Tie up the muchacho and bring him into the tunnel. I question him there.
Muy bien.
Careful.
Sound like shots come from across valley, Kemo Sabe.
Yes, Tonto. Come on.
Look, Kemo Sabe. Dan's horse Victor with other horses. You think them have Dan in tunnel?
There's a good chance of it, Tonto.
We go see now?
If Cardoza and his men are holding Dan in the mine tunnel, we'd be perfect targets for their bullets if we tried to rush them.
Them see us against light. We not see them in darkness. We wait till night. Them not see us then.
True. But it would be difficult to take Cardoza and his men by surprise. And in the darkness, if there is any shooting, Dan might get hit.
What we do then?
We've got to smoke them out into the open.
How we do that?
Many mines have two entrances, Tonto. The main tunnel and a second tunnel which can be used to escape by if there's a cave-in. If that mine has an escape tunnel, we have to find it.
If mine have second tunnel, Kemo Sabe, we find it.
We'll circle around the east slope of the mountain and begin our search there. Come on. Well, Tonto, were you able to get the supplies all right?
Supplies in saddlebag. Me hear much bad news in Sand Creek, Kemo Sabe.
What kind of bad news?
Sheriff Clay Houston dead.
What?
Him shot in back by outlaw.
Do they know the name of the outlaw?
People not sure, but many think Sheriff Houston killed by a man named Willie Brady.
Brady? Yes, I remember hearing Clay speak of him. Do the townspeople have any proof that Brady is the murderer?
No proof, Kemo Sabe. But Brady act like man who fear nothing now. Already him start to take over town. Shopkeepers afraid. Citizens afraid.
Tonto, a man like Brady could paralyze this whole area if he's allowed to continue. Who's the new sheriff in Sand Creek now?
Jim Houston, brother of Clay. Him own ranch north of town. Him volunteer for job.
We may be able to help. Let's pay a call on young Jim. Those shots came from the Houston ranch.
That could be plenty of trouble.
Over there! Jim.
Don't move, either of you.
Don't be alarmed, Jim. We're friends.
Friends?
We came here to help you if we can. We're old friends of your brother.
You? A masked man?
Tonto and I worked with Clay a long time ago.
Tonto? Wait a minute. What kind of a horse do you ride, mister?
A white stallion named Silver.
Sure. Clay spoke of you many times. He used to say he never could have gotten the old Milligan gang without your help. I'm sorry. I guess I'm a little nervous. Thanks for coming.
Jim, your brother's death was quite a shock to us. We heard about it when Tonto went into town to buy some supplies.
Sand Creek lose fine sheriff.
Yes.
We also heard that you'd taken his place as sheriff.
Then you must have heard of Willie Brady, too.
People in town plenty afraid of him.
Are you certain that Brady killed your brother?
No. But he hasn't denied it. And he had a motive.
Jim? Who are these men?
Don't be frightened, honey. These men were friends of Clay's.
Oh, I thought...
This is my wife, Betty.
How do you do, Mrs. Houston?
If you were friends of Clay's, I know you'll try to talk Jim out of the crazy idea he has.
Betty!
He hasn't a chance in a gunfight with Brady, but he's been out here practicing ever since we returned from the funeral. Can't you help?
Possibly, Mrs. Houston. I can teach Jim how to draw his gun properly.
I just can't make her understand.
Jim, it's hard to talk self-respect and honor to a woman in love. You just can't blame her.
I know. What was that you said about me using the wrong draw?
Well, Jim, your gun is in a fetch position, tied straight down.
Yes?
Now, if you're going to use it like that, you have to use a fetch draw. You've been using a sweep.
Is that why my barrel's been catching at the top of the holster?
And to use sweep draw, you must have holster tilted.
Oh.
Hold it, Jim. It's better that way. If you're going to use a fetch draw, it's faster if done properly. Here, let me show you. All right, Jim, you try it. Tonto, will you fix the cams? Just keep practicing, Jim. And don't try a showdown with Brady until you're ready.
All right.
Tonto and I will be on hand when the time comes.
Thanks, mister. I appreciate the help you've already given me. But this fight is mine. Nobody else's.
Whatever you say, Jim. We'll keep in touch with you from our camp. Just keep practicing.
I sure will.
The Lone Ranger.